Jungbauer.
Thank you,
Or
Madam
possibly
President.
Jungbauer.
You can call me anything you want.
Okay.
You know, as long as you don't call me late to dinner, I always like my food. So, members, geez, what is this, like study number 596 this year? $500,000. I can tell you a few simple things. We should vote no on this bill because, number one, we don't need another study. We don't need to waste $500,000, especially on a subject like this that's been studied to death around the United States, around the world. We already know with certainty, and there's plenty of studies out there. Anybody that wants those studies, they do exist. And by the way, I have copies in my office. I'd be happy to provide them for all members. Cap and trade has failed miserably in Europe, failed miserably. The only time the numbers even looked like they were working was when the economy was in recession because businesses weren't producing, so therefore they didn't need any power. And cap and trade looked like it was a marvelous deal then. And as soon as businesses started producing, the cap and trade numbers went all the heck and it didn't work. Cap and trade has no benefit. We have 3 solid economic studies. Again, members, if you want those studies, I do have them available in my office. And all 3 of those recent economic studies show that if you're going to pick, that is, if, members, you believe that CO2 is the culprit, which again, there is in existence in the world today, no science to prove that. And if you have that science that you keep arguing about, I'd love to have a copy because I've asked all members for many years for that science, but I know that it doesn't exist. But that's neither here nor there. Even if you thought CO2 was the culprit and you thought we needed to do something to solve it, all 3 economic studies done picked 6 ways to solve it, members. 6 ways. And they rated cap and trade as number 6. All 3 studies also said that if you want to do this, that you should use a straight visible tax, that it would be the easiest way. It would keep a number solid. It wouldn't have phony markets to it. It wouldn't have fluctuating auctions. That we would know the numbers. It wouldn't be a regressive tax because we would actually have it in our hands to redistribute to those poor people, the people in poverty that we are hurting the most with regressive tax structures on cap and trade. So members, I hope you vote no just on the simple fact that there's plenty of studies. We don't need to do another study in Minnesota. Guess what? The laws of science and physics are not suspended at the Minnesota border. It's the same everywhere in the world. And why don't we just use what everybody else has done and quit wasting taxpayer money?